Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to the Come to the Show. And hope they're having a wonderful day on this 15th January 2025. I was gonna go sleep, right? Saying Tokyo Go Break the Chains, not a sponsor, but still. And I saw this message, and usually I wait until I wake up. That way we're fully awake, we're fully there mentally speaking. But I saw this message and I had to answer. And this is part 2. I'm gonna answer there's 2 parts of this comment, so I'm gonna answer the first part. Second part, it wasn't precise if there was the first part or the second part, so we just went in order. So we're still answering the comment on Fate of Justice, and this is a comment on the video that said, you have to fight. We all need someone to talk to away. To express we need to stick together in this life. Stop judgment, because I feel negative energy is the cause of hurtful things, and the reason people, we don't see the whole comments. But what I like about this is we talk about this in a mukbang with it today, and it's kind of crazy because I agree with that, but there's such a sick, ironic, very sick, very dishonest also way of seeing things, and it's beautiful because it's kind of poetic in its own sense. It's cruel, poetic, but cruel. It's you're almost grateful that you suffered. You're almost grateful that you suffered because when somebody else is gonna suffer, you're able to help them because you know what they've been through, right? And this pain, this experience, this bad experience, are useful. So then you kind of wish upon yourself some pain, and you feel upon yourself. So something that made me grow a lot lately was adversity. Adversity really pushed me to be better, to do better, to act in a better fashion. And this adversity came from, of course, social media, right? But in this social media, I also came to adversity, but a reach. So being able to spread a message, being able to spread something, and I am grateful that I get to be heard because I get to grow up. And when I see a message like this one, I feel like I'm doing something positive. When I'm seeing people put out their opinion, and it's an opinion that's truthful, but also positive and genuine, it makes me feel so happy. So we all need someone, and it's kind of crazy because we do all need someone, but we're almost happy that we're not alone to suffer, which is, in a fucked up way, solidarity. Solidarity is the fact that we're going through something together. We're hungry together, right? We're starving together. That's a beautiful thing because we're both starving, right? There's no... And this pain, there's no inequality. It's fair. It's fair, which is crazy, right? Because you're like, holy shit, dude. I suffer, but this guy's also suffered. We're the same. We're brothers, right? And this sticking together, I think... It's funny because I was just answering a comment about that. About politics and how it was to divide us, and to divide us. Politics, religion, sexuality, age, sports. I'm forgetting a couple, but I'm tired, so give me a chance. Or give me a reason to burn and run a little 3-day grace, and I'm going to see we'll come back. Yeah, and it's a beautiful feeling that this world, weirdly speaking, this world is not fair. This world is unjust. But because it's unjust, it's kind of just. Because we're all going through shit. And we're all... And see, it's a beautiful thing because... And again, it's going to be very, very controversial and very contradictory. But if you look at our... And what I'm saying is my opinion. Please do not let it affect your opinion. Please do not let it affect the way you're seeing things. But if you see your parents, if you see my parents, if you see Fade's parents, if you see anybody's parents, maybe your grandparents, more your grandparents, right? They went to war, right? And the generation before also went to war, and they were fighting battles. And now we're not fighting a battle. We're not fighting a common enemy. We're not fighting against the big evil, whatever. We're fighting against ourselves, and it's still a battle. It's still a war, but it's a war that we're fighting every day. And it's a war that we're all fighting, and it's a war that we're all fighting. So because it's a war that we're all fighting, we can compare it to a war. And when we compare it to a war, we understand that there's 2 things. When you compare it to a war, you understand that there's 2 people. There's your allies and there's your enemies. Now, the enemy is life, right? And your allies are people that are there for you. So the people that are there for you are facing the same enemies, and they're suffering. One of them is going to be losing limbs, right? It's going to be losing insanity. But he's still going to be the brother in arm, the sister in arm, because we got to respect our females, right? And that brother or sister in arm is there for you. And because they somehow feel pain and somehow understand what you're going through, their opinion matters. And it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. There's also two mentality. I wish I was shouldering the pain of the entire world on my shoulder. Do I have a God complex? Do I have a Savior complex? That's another one, right? I don't know. But I do agree with that. We all need someone to talk to. You know? If I'm being completely honest, and I should say that, but I'm tired, so honesty comes first when you're tired. The reason why I'm so nice to people, the reason why I'm trying to be so helpful to people, is because there was a day, there was a time, there was a month, there was a year where I needed people. I need people to have my back, and I need people to talk to, and I didn't have nobody. And I promised myself that somehow, some way, I was going to be the voice of the voiceless. I was going to be the guy who is able to help other people going through the same shit that he did. And that they wouldn't have to suffer as much as he did, right? But then I couldn't stop suffering, so I said, okay, well, it's okay if they suffer a little bit. It's not going to toughen them up. And then you age a little bit, and you're maturing. With age, you mature, right? And with age, you mature, and you understand that you're going to have a son or a daughter. But we're going to take a son as an example, and you understand that your son, you're going to push him. Physically push him so he falls to the ground. Now, why would you do that? Because he's going to fall, and he has to learn to get back up. You have to learn to get back up. And at first, you're going to be there for him, to guide him and to tell him, this is how you don't feel pain. And hopefully, the kid will listen. And the next time he would fall, he would understand that this pain is normal, and this pain is part of being human and being part of society, right? So when he's going to fall, he's going to be in pain, but he's going to be okay with it. He's going to be able to survive. He's going to be able to take advantage, not advantage, but he's going to be able to survive it and to be okay with the situation of right now it's difficult, but tomorrow's another opportunity. And you want your kid to be tough. You want your friends to be tough. You want yourself to be tough. And for that, it's weird because you want people to be tough, and you understand that for them to be tough, they need to suffer. Right? It's like your boy, your best friend, and he's dating this chick, right? And this chick is no good for him. This chick's she's no good. Okay? And you tell your boy, bro, she's gonna hurt you. He doesn't listen. So you give up. But you never gave up. You know that he's gonna realize sooner than later. Then she breaks up with him. And you're there for him. You're there to pick up the pieces. You're there to pick up the pieces. You're there to tell your boy, it's gonna be okay, bro. There's a lot of fish in the ocean. There's a lot of other girl out there. And you pick up the pieces for your boy because he's your boy, right? But secretly, very secretly, very, very dishonestly, you're happy that this girl broke his heart. Because the next girl that's going to try to break his heart is going to be okay with it. He's going to be more wary. He's going to be stronger. He's going to be in this mentality of, okay, well, I'm not good. I don't want my heart broken, so I have to be more careful. Right? And ultimately, it's the same as this expression of where you can give a fish to a guy every single day, and they'll eat. Or you can you can teach somebody to go fishing, and they'll never need the help anymore. So you want your friends to know how to fish. You want to teach them how to fish. So whenever they're hungry, they can go fish, right? Because you're not always going to be there, but you don't want to worry about not being there for friends that are needing. You want to be the guy that's there for other people when they need to talk. You want to be that guy. You want to be that guy that says, you know what? You got something, you got an issue? Call me. I got you. I got your back. But you also don't want to be that guy that is going to be there for every single little issue, because the world is a cruel place and there's only so much you can do. So you need to, in perfect way, you need to help your friends becoming other people to help. And then there's this cycle that continues and continues and continues. And then you realize that you personally were part of a chain. And now because of that chain, there's more people to help than people that needs help. Now that's victory. That is victory.